Hi everyone, Father Lamb here, and it's Wednesday, August 4th, the Feast of St. John Vianney. Just a reminder, this weekend, this Sunday is our parish festival, so come join us if you'd like to. We're going to have some great ethnic food. I don't know if you ever heard of longoose. Get your longoose. It's nice ethnic food, Hungarian food. I never heard of it till I was stationed here at Queenship. I was like, longoose, why not a short lamb? Whatever you want. But it's going to be great food here, so come on up on this Sunday and check it out. So as I said, it's the Feast of St. John Vianney. He's the patron saint of parish priests. John Vianney struggled a bit in the seminary. He struggled especially learning Latin, and all the courses were in Latin, so he struggled through the seminary. He made it through. He's a very holy man, very prayerful man. He did a lot of fasting in his life, a lot of self-denial. He went to a little town in France called Ars, and he basically transformed the parish through his own prayerfulness. He would stay up long hours praying. He was known to spend up to 16 hours a day in the confessional. People came from all over to go to confession to him, and he was a very good preacher as well. I love to tell the story of John Vianney. He was in his church on a Saturday morning, so this would happen quite a few Saturday mornings in a row. There would be a man sitting there almost all day in his church. And John Vianney finally went over to this man and said, what are you doing? And the man pointed to the tabernacle, and he said, I look at him, and he looks at me. I love him, and he loves me. That's what Eucharistic adoration is all about. Sitting in the presence of God, looking at God, loving God, and allowing God to look again on us with love and love us. And that really is a very deep prayer. You ever spend time in prayer instead of saying prayers, which are good to do, but just to be quiet, to be still, as the psalmist says, be still and know that I am God. And just be still and allow God to love you. For the readings for Mass today, there was from the book of Numbers, they talked about how the Israelites grumbled against God and against Moses and against Aaron. Often the Israelites grumbled. Things weren't going their way and they started grumbling. Does it sound familiar? I mentioned a few weeks back ago at Mass that try to spend one day not complaining. It's harder to do than you think. It's amazing how that just comes up out of us. Just watch the news, you start complaining. Talk to other people, everybody's complaining. So we're all around here just complaining. Maybe we need to stop the complaining and sit in the presence of God and let God love us. It might change the world. It could certainly change us. There's an old story out there about the town drunk and the portrait artist. And it's about this portrait artist who used to go around from town to town and paint portraits of different people so he could make a little bit of a living. And he came into the small town one day, and the town drunk came up to him and wanted his portrait done. So the artist agreed. The man was unshaven, unkempt, his clothes were in all disarray. But the artist painted his portrait, and he's painting and painting. It took a longer time than normal. And the man, even though he's a little shaky, he tried to stay as still as he could and had his portrait painted. After it was over, the artist turned the painting around and showed it to the man. And the man looked at it and said, that's not me. Here he was, and looking so good, his clothes looking perfect, he was clean shaven, he looked really handsome, looked excellent. And the artist said to him, it may not be what you look like right now, but it's what you could be. That the artist saw beyond and beneath the exterior and saw the dignity of that man and what he could become. Jesus Christ is the artist of our lives, and he paints our portrait, and he knows what we're capable of, and he knows what we can look like and what we're capable of doing. When you and I spend time in Eucharistic adoration, we spend time in prayer, letting God love us, and we love him back, and we spend time allowing that peace into our hearts. It paints a beautiful picture. We feel the peace in our face. It makes a difference in our hearts. Maybe this week we just might ask ourselves, what kind of painting is Jesus painting of us? And maybe we can give our hearts more deeply to him through prayer and just allowing God to love us. Be still and know that I am God. God bless you.